Borucice Formation. The Borucice Formation, also known in older literature as the Borucice Series, is a Jurassic Middle-Late Toarcian geologic formation that extends to nearly whole of Poland. This formation represents the last sequence of the Lower Jurassic in Poland, recovering the depositional sequences Roman 9 and X, and may even recover lowermost parts of the first Middle Jurassic sequence. It represents mostly a series of alluvial braided or meandering channel depositional systems with subordinate intervals of deltaic deposits. Dinosaur tracks are among the fossils that have been recovered from the formation. Most of the sediments of the Polish realm come from deltaic, fluvial, and marine deposits. It mainly consists of light whitish-grey, fine-grained sandstones interbedded by clay-containing plant, detritus, and minute fragments of coal. It also has darkgrey mudstones with marine lamellibranches and an Upper Lias microfauna. Its main equivalents are the Jurensismergel Formation of Germany, upper part of the Rya Formation southern Sweden, and the uppermost Sorthat Formation Bornholm. There are also coeval, abandoned informal units in Poland, Upper Lias Beds Częstochowa region, or the Kamień Beds Pomerania region. Sedimentological evolution. Stratigraphic profile. The profiles recovered between Aleksandrów Kujawski and Rogozno on the Kievan Pomeranian voivodeship, the Borucice Formation, is known as the top of the sandstone series. Their level is composed mostly by an admixture of coarse-grained sandstone, which mark the beginning of a new sedimentary cycle. It has inserts of clay loops present as a subordinate role. Is disposed along the Borucice series, composed of sandstones, in its main mass probably containing only thin and rarely broken clay inserts, while in the uppermost part there is abundant inserts. This part of the highest level is the equivalent of multiple phases of levels VI and VIB in the vicinity of Kitowa. Apparently, there is a lack of VI sea level flashers in Borucice, which are eroded before the Alluvial level. Locally, the border section Middle/Lower Jurassic wasn't worked and the location of it wasn't completely solved. The Borucice Formation has a thickness here of 100–150 m. Overlaying the formation is covered with transgression Alluvial sea sediments, where the transition exists is gradual and small. Annelida, Actinoptery, Theropoda. Palynology. The Polish Toarcian palynology is assigned to the Paxillotriletes filicus pH level isotales due to the abundance of this genus. The lower part of the Toarcian level is even marked by the numerous occurrences of this species, sometimes also slightly precede the appearance of the genera Erlensonosporites Sparacis selaginella-like and Minorisporites Volocrese isotacea, as shown on the Gorzo WLKP. IG1 borehole. While the uppermost part is marked by a notorious decrease on the genus. The most common species found on Poland in this interval include Erlensonosporites Sparacis, E. excavatus Minorisporites Volocrese, and Biharisporites Scaber-Lycopodiopsida, with Annuletes Potra selaginellacea and Trilates Marie selaginellacea on the upper levels. The Toarcian disturbance of the carbon cycle, recorded on the Kamień Formation, coincides roughly with the appearance of Paxillotriletes filicus, that comes also with a clear change on the type of dominant palynomorphs recovered, changing from the predominance of pollen grains in the upper plane-spatian to megaspores, what indicates a rather significant climate change. This shift on the local climate does correlate temporarily with a global maritime transgression, which allows the exact stratigraphic sequential correlation of this event, where the initial volcanism in the volcanic province Kara-Ferrar rise the global temperature and generating rapid abnormalities in the carbon cycle, manifested in the form of the super greenhouse effect in the. Moreover, the mass occurrence of megaspore Paxillotriletes filicus correlate with the mentioned pulses and thus with extremely repetitive episodes hot and humid greenhouse climate, as the flora appears to be dominated by the family Isotaceae, extremely hydrophilic, needing standing water to reproduction. The Borucice Formation is where Paxillotriletes Filicus drops significantly, which indicates a return to a more moderate climate during sedimentation, corresponding to the post-variabilis age, and related with drier conditions of the Middle Toarcian, as recovered in places such as the Rosse Ironstone Formation of the Inner Hebrides. It is measured also on the Lusitanian Basin or on Yorkshire. The changes on the flora are also correlated with the more fluvial sedimentation of the formation. Plant remains. The local material comes from the plant-rich floodplain claystones of the Borucice Formation on the Cycocinic IG1 borehole. The formation is composed mostly of fluvial sandstones, less frequently of fine-grained deposits, mostly channel-fill deposits in the lower part, and crevasse splay and floodplain deposits in the upper part. Economical resources. Different options of hydrogen reservoirs underground storage were studied at the Leba elevation for Sudetic monocline, Carpathian for deep, and salt stocks in the Polish lowlands. The Borucice Formation covered in turn by Middle Jurassic fine-grained clastics, especially of Alluvial and Bajocian age. The open porosity commonly ranges from 15% to 20% and pore water salinity reaches 200 g/L. Sea Otwo storage of this formation has been viewed on several locations, such as the Kamień anticline. The measured best conditions for geologic sea Otwo storage are displayed on the Borucice beds and lower Alluvial sandstones upper Slauson beds occurring below the upper Alluvial clay mud cap. On the Zayasi anticline, various aquifers for sea Otwo storage were reviewed, including two lower Jurassic ones, Borucice Formation and the Plienspatian Komorowo Formation. The Borucice storage was tested in the boreholes of Zayasi 1 at 500.0 665.0 m, Zayasi 2 at 518.0. The volumetric sea Otwo storage capacity was calculated on approximately 222 million tons. But due to the small depth of the aquifer, the Borucice Formation did not meet the requirements for a major sea Otwo storage. Gustinin region has shown favorable geothermal conditions. Lower Middle Jurassic formations, with the Gustinin IG-1/1 a borehole at 2290-2245 m depth used for preliminary evaluation of balneological properties and thermodynamical status of these waters. The Borucice Formation at 2702.6, 2661.8 m, 2615, 2605, 2310, 2096.4 m. The occurrence of brines with total dissolved solids from 99.4 to 110.0 g/dm3 was confirmed, characterized by low alteration of its chemical